Hey everybody, Cami here, and in today's video I'm going to show you how I pressure can the chicken stock that I've had simmering for the last few days in my turkey roaster. If you haven't seen it already, I show you exactly how I make my chicken stock in the video previous to this one, and I'll go ahead and link that for you in the card at the top if you haven't already seen that. A few things about pressure canning that I do want to go ahead and say is that I am not an expert at this. I've been canning for years and I know what I'm doing, but I am not an expert at this. I'm not a master canner. I'm just a lady who likes to preserve her food, and I do follow all of the safe guidelines. But you need to do your own research to make sure that you are doing it right, because there is nothing that can replace researching for yourself. And I hope you enjoy this video, and let's go to the kitchen and we'll see how I do it. So the first thing that we want to do is strain all of our broth. And I'll probably have to do this in batches because I do have so much, which is good. That's going to come in handy when I'm cooking different recipes. And I have this really good concentrated broth. Look at all that. That is what you call liquid gold. Look at that going down. And by making it in the turkey roaster, and by saving up several carcasses from whole chickens, I'm going to have a lot. And I may even have to actually wash some more canning jars. Right now I have 12 pints. And that's going to be more. This is going to be more than 12 pints, I'm pretty sure. And you just want to just kind of mash it down. This is all stuff that you're not going to keep. I mean, you can, I guess, give it to chickens if you have them. I don't have chickens yet. One of the things that I really want. But other than, like, you're not going to eat any of this. This is all. It's given all to society that it's going to give. Let's see, we can get some more. But anyway, this gives you the gist of what I'm doing. You're just straining it like you would anything that you would strain, actually. Some people double strain it. I'm not going to do that because some of those little bits that get in there, I like having those. Not like bones and that kind of thing, but like some of the little pieces of seasoning or whatever. I don't mind it. Some people, you know, what they prefer, which is fine. That's, you know, your kitchen, your rules, I guess. But some people like to have everything just totally strained to where it's just, you know, really clear. No sediment, I guess would be the word. I don't mind the sediment. Kind of like those juicy bits that you get on the bottom of your skillet. You don't want to throw that away. You want to use that, you know. But I'm going to keep doing this. Oh, and gotta get our pizza in for lunch. But anyway, I'm going to keep doing this, and when I'm through, I'll come back and we'll see how much stock I actually ended up with. Okay, so here is almost a whole stock pot full of the broth. As you can see, it's really a golden color. And now I'm going to go ahead and can. Now I'm obviously going to hot pack. When you're hot packing, you always want to make sure that everything is hot. You want a hot canner, you want hot jars, and you want your product that you're canning to be hot. I have had my, I washed my jars really good, and I've had those in the oven just on warm. I have, look at this, I've boiled some water, and then I just put all of my rings and lids in. See if I can get that. I just put my rings and lids in the hot boiled water. Okay, so let me see if I can get everything in here where you can see everything. I have all of my utensils. I have my ladle. I have my jar grabber. My funnel. And then I have my water and vinegar solution, and I also have my magnetic debubbler. It's got the magnet on one side and the debubbler on the other side. So the first thing we're going to do, oh, and I also have my jar grabber, but I hardly ever use that. So now I'm going to move you over here so that you can see what I'm actually going to do with the jars. And I'm sorry for my setup here. Not the best, but it's what I got. So, okay. Now, oops, sorry. Can you see? Did I move you? Yeah, I moved you. There you go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill my jars. And what I want to do is have about a 1-inch headspace. Okay? And there you go. And then what I'm going to do is, you don't have to debubble really, I guess, because it's liquid. But I always do, because I want to stay in the habit of always doing that step so that I don't forget it when I really do need it. Okay? If that makes any sense. Then you're going to take your vinegar and water solution, and you're going to go around that rim. And the reason you do that is because you want to make sure that you don't have any of the food on there, any of the grease, you know, any of that, because you think about it, when you're trying to seal, if you have food on that rim, then it can cause the seal not to take. So now, get a ring. I'll put the ring on there. Make sure it's on there good. Take our lid. Alright, put our lid on there. Now we're going to take our ring. And just do it finger tight. Now, because I have my water over here just kind of gently warm and everything is warm, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this one in here and just let it hang out in my canner. And then I'll go to the next one. None of this is like extremely hot because I had my stock at a low temperature. I had my, you see right there, I had the canner just to where it was just warm. And like I said, I just had my, what am I trying to say? I just had my jars on warm too in the oven. So once again, you want to get up to 1 inch headspace on your jars. And all that means when you're looking at headspace is that, see right here, if you go to that rim right there, that's 1 inch from the top. So when your recipe in one of your reputable canning books says to have 1 inch headspace, you're going to go to that first rim, and that's going to get you 1 inch headspace. Once again, we're going to clean off the rim. Put on our lid. Now, you know what? I forgot. Let me put that back in there. Just to debubble it. Then I want to do that. Okay, so I've got a full canner load of pints. Pints we want to can for 20 minutes. If you had quarts, or if you had a combination of pints and quarts, you would can it for the higher amount of 25, the amount for the quart size. One other thing that I need to do, and I'm going to sit you down right here, is I want to get the rest of my vinegar water, and I'm just going to pour it in there. Okay? So now, the next thing I need to do is put the lid on, and we're going to wait until we have a steady steam of pressure, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what we do next. So I'm not sure if you can see it, but we have a steady steam of pressure coming out of the pressure valve in the middle right there. Right there. So now we're going to count down 10 minutes. Hey Siri, count down 10 minutes.
Your timer is set for 10 minutes.
Okay, so 10 minutes is counting down, and now the next thing we want to do is take our little jiggler and just put it on there. Now, we're going to wait until the jiggler starts rocking back and forth gently, and that is when we'll start counting down our 20 minutes. Now you're looking for just a gentle rocking. You don't want anything that's, like really crazy or anything, just a gentle rocking. If you've got something where it's going too wild, then you want to turn your heat down a little bit. Hey, I also wanted you guys to note that little valve back there, you want it to pop up. So we're on the go. Everything's looking good. Now we're just waiting for that valve to start gently moving back and forth. Okay, so I wanted to capture this as it was beginning to show you that now we have the jiggler starting to just gently go back and forth. I'm thinking that it's probably here in a minute it's going to be going a little bit too fast for me. We'll see. Anyway, once your jiggler starts, that's when you can start counting down your processing time, which will be 20 minutes for all the pints that we have. The timer just went off, so I turned the burner completely off. Now, we're going to just leave this alone, and we'll know when that little valve pushes back in, then we'll know that all the pressure has been released and that we're able to open up the canner. But until we see that, we're going to just walk away and leave it alone. Okay, it's been about an hour later, and as you can see, the valve is down. So now what I'm going to do is just, before I even take that, I'm going to take this off. See? There wasn't any pressure. And now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to, this is just how I do it. I'm going to open kind of hard to do, and I'm just gonna just kind of have it, just kind of let some more of that pressure of that steam come out, and I'm just gonna leave it like that for a little bit. just to let some of that, more of that steam release. I don't know if you can tell it or not, but it's releasing. Okay, I just wanted to show you this too. This was what I had left over, and instead of trying to start a whole other canning session, I'm just freezing this. And if you're not, if you're not into canning, this is how you can do. You can also just freeze your stock. But what I'm doing is I've put it in just Ziploc, and I'm going to put the whole tray in the freezer so that it'll freeze flat, and then that way it won't be so big and taking up so much freezer space. So I'm going to do that now, and when I come back I think we'll be ready to start taking jars out. I've already been hearing some pinging, which is always great. Okay, and there we have it. 16 pints of liquid gold. Look at that beautiful color. I hope it shows up right. And then 2 bags, gallon-sized bags, that are freezing. Pretty good haul. Save those carcasses from your whole chickens. Yep. Or rotisserie chicken. If you get a rotisserie chicken from the store, you want to save that too. One thing that I didn't mean to mention, but I didn't film that part, was when you take the lid off of your pressure cooker, or excuse me, pressure canner. They're 2 totally different things that you don't want to get mixed up. When you take the top, the lid, off of your pressure canner, you want to make sure that you have it facing away from you, because if you don't, if you just take the lid off with it facing towards you, you're going to get a really hot steam bath that's not going to feel good. So you always want to take the lid off away from you. And that's it, everybody. So if you like this video, like it, share it, subscribe, give me some nice comments down below. Let me know what you like to pressure can, if you've ever pressure canned, what you would like to see me pressure can or water bath can. And if you would hit the notification bell so that you'll see my notifications. You'll see when I have another video up. Y'all have a great day, and God bless.